evening, everybody. My name is René, and next to me is Midarik. Today I'd like you to present our idea. It's producing wind energy with kites. And normal on the floor, there's a limited amount of wind here. Yeah, for example, we're in 170 meters about, and you can see that the increase of the wind speed is by the factor of 25. Yeah, so that's why we want to go up in the air with the kites. Currently, the electrical demand is increasing by about 10% per 10 years, according to a study of BP, British Petrol. And for example, in remote areas and in emergency cases, there are all landlines which can provide energy, and there the kite steps in. The model is very simple. We have a container with a generator. It's connected with a rope to the kite. Here's some electricity, and the thing is that there's a special path coded to an autopilot system, and the tension and the force that is connected to the generator will be then transformed. The technical solution is really simple because you have a constant power supply, for example, that you don't have with solar panels or normal wind energy, and it's a lot cheaper to construct it. And it's also very mobile, as you can see with the container. You just put it on a truck or on a ship and move on. And for companies, this is a big plus because in current days, the CO2 balance is a very big factor. Yeah? And you can also push your image with to increase it with a green one. The German market for wind energy is really big. It's about 70%. As you can see, these are just a graphic with renewable energy here. And currently, there's just 2 to 3 companies working on it, but nobody launched a product. And the big ones like Google or so, they have a lot of problems with killing birds, like the old wind time birds has. For example, there's a study that about 400,000 birds were killed each year due to this. And currently, we're working on an MVP type.
Okay, hi everybody. So we are looking at a site. We have 3 components. One coming from drones. Of course, the generator coming from the windmills, and a kite. And we will mix this together. At the moment, we have the autopilot things and the kite. We tasted the autopilot thing. We can see it on the screen. And yeah, I think this is pretty much it. We had 3 on the team, and an engineer, maker, and financer. Thank you.
What are you going to do better than Google or other competitors?
Google is planning it too big. Google is playing with rotors and stuff, and it just goes round and round and round. So you still have the noise pollution, you still devastate a lot of birds flying by, so you're doing an environmental hazard. And Google, it's going down lower. So you also see it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You also want to add?
And this is for the image point of view. From the technical point of view, we know that kites are much more effective than the Google project, which works with propellers. And yeah, this is pretty much it.
There exists already in Germany a competitor to this model who's called Anakite, but I think they have a rail system. What is better? What is your USP? Concerning these competitors to other competitors in the market actually? Why didn't they already launch a product? Why are you going to do that better?
So I think that this is a very brand new market, so greenfield investments. And for the moment, this competitor, of course, prepared 2 products which are going to be launched in 2 or 3 years. Of course, our products they are seated on a tiny, a very specific market, which is based with containers. So they are container-based, and there are also other niche, so other markets which are available. And in our products, we are using not hard wings like the Berliner competitor, but soft wings.
To sum it up, our MVP is much more cheaper, and it's not made for really big companies. So it's also for small companies, medium companies, or for private house owners or farmers, and like emergency companies, Rote Kreuz or the Bundeswehr, for example. Yeah.
How does your business model look like? Do you sell those containers? Do you rent them out? And then a second very practical question. So if you have a certain space, how many of those containers can I put on that space without getting the ropes, I don't know, twisted or something?
So everything is based on this technical autopilot I showed previously. There is a GPS system on it, so every single kite can be located and send its location to the ground. On the ground, you can have a map with every kite, so that you can put kites behind and without any problems you mentioned.
How long is the chain of the kite?
As you saw on the first chart, that you have to go up at least for about 100 meters, yeah, for the multiplier factor. Like here we have a multiplier factor of 25, and the chains generally reach from 300 to 800 meters.
Okay, what if the wind stops? Does it fall down? Or?
The good thing is that the wind in these high altitudes always blow. Okay. Yeah. We are talking about at least 100 meters below above the ground, yeah, and the jet streams always blow.
If it's like 800 meters long, like it's probably almost always over the neighbors or next to the neighbors' ground. Do you see any legal problems?
Yeah, we don't want this, or this is not suitable for like Frankfurt or urban areas. This is for rural areas, yeah. And also, what I didn't mention before is in Germany you've got a lot of problems with the landlines. Yeah, for example, we have wind parks in the North Sea, but you can't control the energy flow to go to the south. Yeah, but here, for example, we have a lot of free land which isn't used here in, for example, like Westerwald or we know in Rheinsfeld where there are just wines, and yeah, we can launch these containers, and it's the good thing is it's really mobile, so you can just put it on a truck, go to the next location where you need the energy, and continue.
What happens if there is like thunderstorm, flashlight, or big storms?
So there is captors on these autopilot systems, and of course there is actually a wing airspeed captor. So in the moment that the captor detects a storm, the kite is just taken to the ground, back to the ground.
Cool, thank you.
One question about the sound. I mean, does it make sound?
No noise pollution on the ground.
Okay.